is there anybody who's like new to Taiwan in the crowd? What's going on? Just one person. Wow, I guess you shouldn't be here. That's all. I guess we found that out. Okay, yeah, and all the other foreigners, they're all at Maji Square right now. They're all, you should go join. I ask because it's that time of year when there's a lot of new foreigners in Taiwan, and the best part of that is watching all the old foreigners pretend like they like that. You know what I mean? They're all like, oh wow, I'm less special. That's great. It's like the same dynamic of like bringing a baby brother home, where it's like, wow, great, you get to be the cool one now. Awesome. Yeah, I met a new foreigner here a while back, like a couple weeks ago, from Italy. It's a student, came all the way from Italy to study here. And I was like, what are you studying? And she said, I'm studying urban planning. And I was like, what, you came from Italy to study urban planning? Like, isn't your capital like literally Rome? Like, what the fuck? Right, like, Rome is a city that's so beautiful and so well planned out that like when people plan anything, they say, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know? And she came to a city, she came to Taipei, a city that literally looks like it was built in a day, you know? Just like one afternoon in the 80s, they were just like, hey, we got a bunch of tile, like, we could just do the whole city. So, we could just get it, yeah, inside and outside, put tile on the outside of the building. So like, won't that get like mildew and kraut everywhere if you do that? They're like, I mean, only if it like rains all the time. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know. I've been in Taiwan for 2 years now. It's been pretty cool. I try to still find like new stuff, new exciting places outside of Taipei mostly. I went to Yilan. There's a cool place. Have you guys been to Yilan? Yilan's a pretty cool place. Yeah. It's nice. I went to this one place. This is real. This is a real name of a location in Yilan. It's called the Green Onion Cultural Palace, which is like the most Elon name ever. You know, like you can hear the transition from farmland to tourism over the course of the name. You know, they're like, yeah, it's Green Onion Cultural Palace. You're like, oh, okay. And I went there, and the woman at the gate saw me, and her eyes got real wide. She was like, welcome to Taiwan. That's what she said to me. And I looked at her, I was just like, do you think I came straight here? like, you want to go to 101? I'm like, no. We're going to the Taj Mahal of Green Onions. That's the first place that we're going in Taiwan. It's cool, I like it here. I've been thinking a lot about my future recently. I work with kids for a living. I've been thinking about whether I want to have kids myself someday. And I think I want to adopt. I think that's what I've been thinking. I want to adopt a kid because I think it would be more fun. I think it would be a more fun parenting experience. When you have your own kids, and they'll come up to you at some point, I know, and they'll just be like, how are babies made? And then you have to answer that question. That's a tough conversation to have, right? In general, I would say any conversation where you have to tell somebody, yeah, I fucked your mom, that's going to be a tricky conversation to navigate. But if you adopt, you can have more fun with it. They come up, they're like, how are babies made? And you can just go, shit. I was going to ask you. I don't know. You just showed up one day, man. Like, your mom went out, she came back with you, and I'm not asking her. It's been too long. You go ask her. We'll find out together. You know, it's a bonding experience. That's what's important as a parent. One of my favorite things about learning Chinese is learning animal names in Chinese. That is my favorite thing, because Chinese is just so much better at naming animals, and it's not even close, right? In English, we're like, oh, it's a turkey, and Chinese is like, it's a fucking fire chicken. That's what that is. Like, what? Fire chicken? That's awesome. What's even better than that, my favorite is lobster. Because in English we call it lobster. That doesn't sound like an animal name at all. That sounds like a boring office job that you do. You're like, yeah, I'm a part-time lobster. Fuck that. Chinese, literally translates to dragon shrimp. That's fucking awesome. That's magical. That's a magical way to think about, like, just some fisherman caught one and was like, I caught something new, like, what is this? It's a shrimp, but more dragon. That's the only way and then looked at it, like, you're right, it is more dragon. That's awesome. All the Chinese animals, because there's some that are just like, just characters, like chicken and pig and all that, they're just like regular characters, they have normal names. I think at some point, they just named all the animals all at once. They got about 300 animals in, they named all the most common ones, and then they were like, we can't write any more characters, guys. This is taking too long. We gotta get creative with the rest. And they got to that right when they got to the panda. Because they looked at the panda and they're like, it's a bear cat. It's a bear cat. It's gonna be the symbol of our country someday. But it's a bear cat, And there's this great trend, I think they were running out of time in naming the animals, because there's this great trend of, as the location the animal lives gets farther and farther away from China, the name gets more and more desperate. Like, they're just like, just go. Like, they get to Africa, they see a giraffe, and they're like, long-necked deer, just put it in, go, we gotta keep going. Right? North America, they got the fire chicken, so that's awesome. They also, my favorite in North America is beaver. Because beaver is just ocean raccoon. That's what they named it, which is great because there was like no one on the team that was like, guys, it doesn't live in the ocean. It lives in rivers. That's like one of the most notable things about it. And they're like, I already wrote it down, it's too late, we gotta go. And they got to South America, the farthest place away from China. And those are the best animal names. But the best of all of them is alpaca and llama. They both look almost the same. They spit, they got curly fur, right? And they were like, okay, we're almost out of time. The emperor wants it on his desk like in like 5 minutes. We got long-necked deer. They're like, we already did that one. They're like, shit, we already did. And what they came up with was just camel sheep and sheep camel. They just flipped it. It was amazing. They're like, get on the desk, go! Get in there! Right? I love learning a language that I can tell was submitted at 11:59 p.m. All right, that's my time, guys. Thanks so much.